What's up, my YouTube family? Sergeant Graybeard back with another Division 2 video. Today is Tuesday, May 4th. May the 4th be with you, and as always, I hope this message finds you healthy and safe. In today's video, my friends, we're going to be going over the weekly vendor resets for DC, New York, and the Dark Zone. We're also going to be talking about the global event that begins today, as well as a few other friendly reminders I feel you should be doing every Tuesday. Now, if you happen to be new here, first of all, welcome. Secondly, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We would love for you to be a part of our gaming family. And if you enjoyed this or found it helpful at all, take a quick second and hit that like button. It really does help us out. Finally, as most of you know, we have giveaways here, and our current one is for a PlayStation 5, and all you need to do to enter is either subscribe here or follow us on Twitter. Either way is fine. The winner will be announced on July 4th of this year, and as I've mentioned in every previous video, please keep in mind that watching our content is not a requirement to win. Only watch the things here you may enjoy. That's why you have the option of entering via Twitter. Having said that, let's get into today's video. Now, for those of you that want to jump ahead to the vendor reset itself, feel free to go to the 4-minute mark. That's where it begins. For everyone else, you can see here that the reanimated global event begins today. And while it may not be the most popular one out there, it is a great way in the game right now to earn some really good rewards. So with the global event, you have daily challenges that take place for the first 4 days, and if you miss them, you can go back to the previous days, so do not worry about that. You can see here that this is one of the most efficient way to earn stars, and stars are your currency to turn them into a vendor to get some really good stuff. Now keep in mind that your stars will expire at the end of the event, and you can also gain stars not only from doing those challenges, but every shade level you gain when the actual event is active, you'll gain a star as well. Many of you have reached out to the channel asking me to put together an XP farming video showing you, during the global events, what's a really quick and efficient way to gain those shade levels. I will do my best to get that to you today, my friends. And as you can see here from the screen, to activate the event, all you do is press X and you're good to go. Now, one of the best things about these events, in my opinion, is the fact that you can choose the type of reward that you get. So if you want to get an exotic cache, you can do that. And keep in mind, the name caches can contain Dark Zone exclusive items, so that's a great way to get certain things that you may not be able to get otherwise. And as I say that, keep in mind you may wind up getting certain things you already have or the same exotic over and over again. And do me a favor, let me know in the comments section if that happens to you. I know it happens to a lot of gamers, but hopefully you get what you're looking for. Moving on to this week's invaded missions, we have Bank Headquarters, Potomac Event Center, and the Federal Emergency Bunker. Now clearing those will gain you access to Manning National Zoo, and once you clear that, you'll then have access to Tidal Basin. Today also happens to be the day where the weekly projects reset. It is 3 great ways to get exotics in the game. First and foremost, you have the weekly summit project, where all you need to do is complete 30 floors on the summit, any difficulty. You then have the weekly shade requisition, where all you do is donate a bunch of components, things like that. You can get an exotic cache that way. And finally, for those of you that have the ability, you also have the weekly legendary mission as well. Last but not least, my friends, before we move on to the vendor reset, I want to show you the location of the Snitch. And for those of you that may not know, finding the Snitch is how you gain access to the gunrunner Casio Mendoza every Wednesday. This happens to be the spot I go to every week to speak with him. If you go there and he's not there, I suggest... Are his legs gone again? This happens almost every week. Anyway, if you get there and he's not there, reset your control points and they should spawn within 1 or 2 attempts. Now moving on to the vendors themselves. As most of you know by now, I pretty much ripped through these, but for new players, people just returning, take your time. You're always looking for something that can improve your recalibration library and obviously your character as well. Starting off at the White House, we have the Glory Days AR, really good gun there. If you don't have it, pick it up. Then we had an SMG, another AR, a handgun, backpack, some body armor, nothing too crazy, mods and skill attachments. Now let's make our way to the clan vendor. And as we roll up, let's see what we have today. Mozambique Special. Really nice handgun here. If you don't have it, I recommend picking it up. Perfect Breadbasket is an awesome talent. You can obviously max out the pistol damage. Then we have some gloves, some more gloves, and some more gloves after that. Another important reminder I'd like to pass along, and again, this is for new and returning players, is not only look at the attributes, but look at the talents, because you want to make sure you have as many talents as possible in your library. Getting back to the stuff, we have some Y'all gear right here. If you don't have that mask, definitely pick it up. Below that, we had some Hannah U knee pads, and then a holster, some more knee pads, gloves, mods, and skill attachments. Now let's make our way to the campus. Let's see what we have here, my friends. I'm assuming, no, actually, this is the first week we haven't started with the marksman rifle. Anyway, we have the Night Watcher mask, definitely a good mask to pick up if you don't have it. Below that, we have a marksman rifle. Then we have an LMG, nothing that great so far. Mask, holster, mods, and skill attachments. Now let's make our way to the theater. And as we roll up, let's see what we have, my friends. This spot usually has some pretty decent stuff. And yep, there we go. Fox's Prayer knee pads. If you do not have them, pick them up. In my opinion, they are still one of the most effective pair of knee pads in the game because of that 8% damage to targets out of cover. Below that, we have a shotgun, and once again, I want to remind you, new players, people just returning, really take your time when you're looking at the attributes, when you're looking at the talents, because again, anything that can improve your recalibration library, you want to scoop up, so that way you can reroll other items that you want to improve. Now making our way to the first Dark Zone West, and on a weekly basis, what I'm looking for here are specific items that are exclusive to the Dark Zone that I haven't been able to get in regards to actually farming in the Dark Zone. And most of you know by now, I don't hit that area up that often. However, there are some great rewards that you can pick up. And once again, keep in mind that during this next week that we have the global event, those named caches can have Dark Zone exclusive items in there. Nothing really to speak of here. Now we're going to make our way to Dark Zone South, but again, it is a great way to earn things that you may not be able to get otherwise. And actually, while we're on the topic of the Dark Zone, I personally think that items at these vendors should have a higher quality because, you have to go through so many steps to actually get these things. I think it should be really worth your while if you put the grind in to try to pick them up. Unfortunately, nothing really to speak of here. Now let's make our way to the final Dark Zone East. And what do we have? We have the White Death, really nice roll right there. Another marksman rifle under that. Let's see what we have here. Pretty decent roll also. Then we have an LMG. Next, we have a hardwired mask. Let's see what kind of roll. Again, you can re-roll that bottom stat any way you want. We have holster, mask, another holster. Nothing really to speak of. Mods and skill attachments. Now let's make our way to New York. And as I start to wrap this video up, keep in mind when you're hitting up these vendors, it's all relative to your character. So for instance, the character I have here can't really benefit from some of these items, but my other one on PlayStation could definitely use these things. Therefore, once again, my friends, as I've said multiple times in this video, really take your time in regards to looking at these things. The attributes, the talents, anything that can help out your character. You can find some really good stuff here. It may not be as many things as you want, but there are definitely must-buy items on a weekly basis. On that note, I'm going to start to wrap this up. However, as always, I want to take a moment and thank you all for your continued support. You guys are amazing, and I sincerely appreciate your being a part of this family. Most of you know by now that one of my main goals at the channel is to try to help out in any way I can. So if you have any questions, comments, feedback, if there's something you'd like to see on these Tuesday videos, please let me know in the comments section down below as I try to get back to everyone as quick as I can. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We would love for you to be a part of our gaming family. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well. But most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.